guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this wonderful Wednesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life is good. Anyway, let's get right to it. Way too cold to go out and do anything outside. So I stayed inside for the first time in several days. I've done any kind of kettlebell. Did 400 swings. And counting. I might get up to 500 today. I feel fantastic. Haven't played a note yet. Let's see how that translates. But guys, you saw the thumbnail. Guys, I don't like to do these type of pieces. I really and truly don't. So I'll try to keep it as upbeat as I possibly can. But probably because I touched on the pedal tones yesterday, I got deluged either in the comments or in emails. Well, this guy's saying this, and is this Jerry's stuff? Is this what Jerry, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's short and sweet. You have to be careful. You have to make sure it's Jerry's stuff. A lot of guys say they're teaching it and they don't know what they're talking about. Have no idea what they're talking about. All right? Let me honk a little bit. We'll see what we got, and we'll talk about this. Maybe it's because of all the kettlebell, but that sounded like the sound was just flying out of my bell. Okay, let's see what we got. Yep, I guess I was right. Locked in, baby. Anyway, as I said, let me collect my thoughts here a little bit. I don't like doing this, and for that reason, guys, I am not going to name names. All right? Now, here's the deal. As I said yesterday, maybe it was the day before, unlike the health and fitness industry, where every charlatan and dirtbag will tell you whatever you want to hear to get you to buy their supplements. It's just a hopelessly dishonest field, which I'm thinking I might distance myself from it. I don't know. But anyway, a really dishonest field that is ruining people's lives. Okay? Now, I don't think that is what's going on with these trumpet players. I don't think they're just telling you what you want to hear to sell you a mouthpiece. Well, they want to sell you a mouthpiece, of course, just like I do. But guys, we'll get to the mouthpiece in a minute. That's a big part of what I'm going to say. And but they are piggybacking on Jerry's name. And guys, I've talked about two guys in the past, and a third one has come to light. At least the third one did study with Jerry a little bit. One of the jamokes never studied with him. Jerry didn't know who he was. He said he might have called him up and asked him advice about a mouthpiece, but never studied with him once. Studied with the other clown that I don't like, that Jerry wouldn't let in the house after a while. He was just a mean, nasty, rude, dishonest human being who treated Yumiko terribly. And if he walked in this house right now, I'd call the police. All right? Now, I'm not using names. As you can see, I don't want to get into that. All right? But, guys, from what I'm telling you, and I don't know everybody, I don't know everybody that's teaching. I don't. But for every single thing online, there are two people that are literally teaching Jerry's stuff. And that's myself, duh, and Silas down in Brazil. Now, if you want another idea, guys, another point of view, Silas speaks enough English that you can get a good lesson from him. Okay? He does have dystonia, and he's had it for quite a while. And so he won't be able to demonstrate. But I'll tell you what, all his students, every single one of them sounds great. They're not all great players, but their tone, power, the way the notes pop, it's just fabulous. And ones that, students that do have the extreme ability, they're just off the charts. Off the charts. All right? Now, here's another thing. Well, the pedal tones, Einsätzen and Ansätzen. Jerry is the one that brought that to light. The unrolled pedal tones. He didn't invent them in the traditional sense. The horn players were doing that for a long time. Okay? But he's the one who brought it forefront as far as the pedal tones are concerned. Claude Gordon was doing a lot of pedal tones. Not once was it the unrolling that we like. So that type of pedal tone is pretty much Jerry's thing. Now other people have taken that and run with it. That's what brought all this to light as far as the pedal tones lesson I did. Okay? But it's gotten to a point, guys, where Jerry, for the last 10 years of his life at least, didn't teach pedal tones anymore. So if somebody's teaching pedal tones as part of Jerry's thing, that's a little bit of an iffy. Okay? Second of all, guys, if you are not using one of Jerry's, whoever you're studying with, who's claims to teaching Jerry's stuff, is not using a Calet mouthpiece, they are not teaching Jerry's stuff. From my way of thinking, as you know, I will not teach anybody that doesn't have some sort of a Calet mouthpiece. It doesn't have to be a 1SB. It can be one of the older ones if you want to save a few shekels. Okay? But I will not teach anybody. That costs me thousands of dollars a year. But guys, it doesn't work unless you have a Calet mouthpiece. Jerry was adamant about keeping the lips together. Anybody else that claims they're doing Jerry's stuff and not with one mouthpiece, it can't possibly be completely right. So, again, I don't know everybody. But if somebody claims they are teaching Jerry's stuff, and it's not myself or Silas, you can check with me if you want. Okay? But I don't see it. I absolutely don't see it. All right? And again, I'm not using anybody's name. As I told you before, it could get nasty if I do, in a couple cases. But one guy in particular that somebody brought up, I did talk to Jerry about it, and he said right out, have you ever heard him play? He said there's not one note that you want to listen to, that this guy claims he's doing Jerry's stuff. That's another one. There's a guy, oh, jeez, he's so bad. He has his own line of mouthpieces, and if nothing, Jerry taught was get a big, nice, full tone. He plays in a squeak, squawk strain. It's nothing, but he claims he studied with Jerry, and he didn't. It's just a complete and total fabrication. Okay? So be careful. And again, if you want to study with somebody that's claiming they're teaching Jerry's stuff, now what a lot of them do, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then we're going to add my long tone series to it and all this sort of crap. It's cherry picking. Guys, Jerry was so far removed from this Einsätze and Ansätze by the time he died, it's not even the same thing. Anybody that knows him knows that he was changing every single day. Every single day. Towards the end, when it came to the physical part of it, it was just a little tweak. Just a little, try this, Ralph. You feel that helps? Yeah, I'm not sure about it either, that type of stuff. But the main thing, relaxed corners, tongue, that was all the same. That was all the same. If they're teaching that, they're not teaching Jerry stuff. Even though he was the one that brought that to the forefront. I occasionally will use it if some guys are having trouble getting the relaxed chops and all that sort of stuff. But it's if that's the crux of that's not Jerry's stuff. That's Jerry's stuff circa 1974. And we all know how much he's changed since then. All right? All right, guys. No animosity to anybody. I'm not calling anybody out. Just be careful. Love you all. One more thing. One more thing, guys. A lot of people know Jerry's stuff intimately, but don't necessarily teach. I'm going to give you two names, just to name a few. Nick knows it inside and out at this point. We're talking 4 years later. Perico studied with Jerry back in the day, and he doesn't teach. He'll answer questions by anybody, but he doesn't teach. Nick teaches very little, if at all, but he knows his stuff intimately. See, so I'm not making a blanket statement, but online, what the only guy I know that really knows stuff is myself and teaches. Silas has like 7,000 students. They don't come every week, of course, but he's, anyway, that's that. Love you all.